I hope that you're as excited as I am to take a look at today's figure. We are looking at the Superior Spider-Man suit, and I am so excited. This suit has some awesome comic origins where Doc Ock actually took over Spider-Man's body. And yeah, this is technically Doc Ock, but then again, it's labeled Spider-Man 2, and I use this suit quite a bit in Spider-Man 1 and 2, so you know I had to pick this one up. So let's not waste too much time today, and let's just get him in the light box and open him up, because I am so excited to get him out here and get him in my display. As you all know, every good unboxing must start with the box, and we have a pretty good looking box. I mean, this doesn't really look like the figure to me. It looks kind of more like an art piece. But even if it's not the figure, it still looks really good, and I do really like that pose. I might have to try to do that for him, because I'm curious how good the legs actually articulate, if he can actually do this with them. And to be honest, the legs there kind of together and all that kind of gives away that's not really the actual figure. It's more an art piece, and yeah, looks very good. It says Spider-Man 2 right up here. Marvel logo, Hot Toys video game masterpiece logos, 6 scale Peter Parker Superior Suit collectible figure, and this is VGM 61. I always forget that for the video game line, they label these as Peter Parker and not just the suit, but yeah, it's Peter Parker in there just to remind you it's not really Doc Ock, although technically Doc Ock went into Peter Parker's body, so yeah. But either way, if you want to say this is a Superior suit from the comics or the game, you can do that because it's just the Superior Spider-Man suit and it looks amazing on the front of the box. I'm excited to open it up, but of course, let's look at the rest of the box. Same words on the side. You can see all the tendrils coming in, the symbiote suit. For this suit, it makes less sense, but since it's a Spider-Man 2 game, that's why basically all these boxes have that. Then going to the back, a bunch of information, little Disney sticker. Feel free to pause and read if you really want to. Then this side of the box is basically the same as the other. Going to the top, Spider-Man 2 on the bottom, Spider-Man 2 upside down and in black. So now, let's get this thing open. I took off the slip cover and now you can actually see the figure in there, and yeah, this looks pretty cool. You see all the tendrils coming in towards him. It says Spider-Man 2 down here. On the side, same as basically the outer side of the box, there's a bunch of like different designs. So you can see the little Spider-Man logo, a really interesting spider right there, and all these weird fractal design on it. I guess they're teasing their new fractal design Iron Man line, I guess. And going to the back, it says in big letters, Peter Parker down here, then in parentheses, Superior Suit. And then there's just a bunch of cool looking fractal stuff. Peter Parker up top, 6 scale collectible figure, and whatever the heck that image is. Then going to the other side, basically the same, just a bunch of designs. Top, Spider-Man 2 again, bottom probably the same in black and upside down. Now let me open this up. Let's look at his webs first. You get a bunch in like a little separate container. We'll open that up and take a look coming up. Now we can actually open up to the figure if, dang, these are pretty tough actually. Okay, had to loosen up the edges and now we can move that and we can grab that figure. Get the plastic off of him and wow, this suit is so good. Look at that. I am so glad I got this figure. I was actually debating it. I had it on order and I was like, do I want to keep it or not? And yeah, I'm so glad I did. This suit's incredible. It feels so good. The like rubbery kind of feeling bits around him. Might not be great for posability because, you know, might crease, but the red is beautiful. Man, I can't look at him now. You know, we have to do that in the figure overview section. I just know he's beautiful. Then on the top layer, you get a bunch more stuff, bunch of hands and stuff. And then if we can get to the bottom layer, that is where his spider arms and the base is. So typically, I don't really like displaying my Spider-Man with the arms, but these arms are beautiful. And for Superior Spider-Man, yeah, he needs them. So I'm excited. I'm gonna lay everything out and then we'll take a closer look at all the accessories. This Spider-Man release has to be one of my favorites. When I was laying out the accessories, everything felt so nice and looked so good. Yeah, I'm excited to take a look. So up first with the boring accessories, you get the extra wrist pegs, then you get the waist clamp and the pole. Look at the base. This is gorgeous. I am in love with this color. Look how it's like reflective for the red, and then it's a very kind of nice matte texture detail for all the black for the spider symbol, and then the suit down here. This just looks so good. It has the Marvel logo and Spider-Man 2, and on the front says Superior Suit. And my favorite, like kind of basic Hot Toys bases, obviously I love the kind of diorama bases more. But these hexagonal shapes I love because you can put them all together like in different shapes, and it's a very good space saver. So I'm a huge fan of that. Then, unfortunately, I guess they already stuck the actual little piece in for the base, so you're not going to watch me do it on camera, but you can watch me screw it in. It should be pretty easy to screw in. You just twist and there we go. So that goes in there very easily. Then what you do is pop the little top off, and then you're able to actually, if I didn't accidentally throw it and ruin my little display here of all the hands, you actually just slide it in place. This one's pretty loose for me, so I'm definitely gonna have to tighten it up using the screw on that side. But I'll do that once I'm doing some poses so I can actually position it. Since my hands display got a little ruined, let's just look at the hands next. And these two are probably my favorite. I love kind of that grabbing type look for them, and the claws look so cool. You get a left and right one. Let's just look at these details. You see how the fingers are pointy, and then all this like kind of armor detail. You see the matte black, and it's a little bit shinier-ish. I mean, it's kind of like a silver, charcoal silver in there. Then the fingers are kind of a little different. These three are about the same, has some armor on them, but this one's a little different. Doesn't have any armor, and then same for the thumb. I love how pointy these are. They're not too sharp. I mean, if you really try to poke yourself with them, you can. But yeah, these just look really good. Then on the bottom, of course, you have that whole hand texture. I love that texture in the red. It feels very nice. It's all kind of like rigid, and you feel like the lines in it. Yeah, these are very beautiful Spider-Man hands. I love these. You get two kind of relaxed style hands. They're a little bit more kind of bent inwards, but they look good. They're probably for that pose where he's like holding his hands up together on the front of the box. Then of course you get the web swipping hands, you know, the classic Spider-Man pose to shoot out his webs. Then actually, maybe these are my favorite. You get some really claw looking hands where he's really gripping. Wow. Yeah, those look fantastic. I actually really like that. Now these might be my favorite hands. And of course there's two more on the figure. On the figure, you get two kind of closed fists, but these also double up, and there's a hole through it, so you can actually put the Spider-Man webs and have them holding the webs. And of course, you have to get the little swap out pieces so you can actually use the webs on the hands. So grabbing the little piece for this hand, what you do is you basically swap this little bottom piece out. You just kind of give it a little bit of pressure. Just be careful, you don't want to snap it. It's held in there with two little pins, and once it's out, you just go ahead and grab your other one and pop it in. If I could line it up on camera. There we go, and now you can see there's a hole there for the actual hands. I mean, for me, honestly, I'd probably just put these on these type of hands and just leave it, because the hole's not going to bug me too much, and if I'm using these hands anyway, I'm probably using a web, so it's nice to give you the option to have the hole or not have the hole, but for me, I don't really mind it too much, but definitely let me know what you guys think. And speaking of the webs, let's just take a look at them. So the webs for this figure, they're just all white. Some of the Tom Holland ones are translucent. The black suit Spider-Man, of course, had the black webs, and yeah, these just look pretty good. So the end like this actually fits in his hand, which let me show you. You could just take that end and yeah, it just fits in there. I mean, this web actually looks pretty good if you have it going up his arm, which is probably what I would do if I was actually using it, but just to show you guys, that's what it does. So to me, this spiral web is just to kind of have it wrap around his arm if you want some extra effect. Now, I always love how this web looks. It has like the 3 points, like he's shooting out a tri-web. Yeah, this one's very cool and actually has a peg for the hands. So grabbing that hand, we actually put that piece in. It just fits in there like so. So I'm actually noticing something kind of odd here. So the hole in the hands, it doesn't actually go all the way through. You see that? It's kind of blocked a little, which, yeah, that's not great, because actually this web won't really fit all the way in. It fits slightly, and that's fine. I mean, it doesn't hold too well, but yeah, that is not great. No, yeah, this is definitely the right hand for it. And you see, the web's actually leaving some white residue on my actual hands. Yeah, that is kind of tragic. So just be very careful using the webs, and these ones do not align. Maybe my hand's wrong. Let me test out the other hand. Nope, this hand has the same issue. That's not great. I mean, I could like Dremel or kind of wear down the inside a little bit to make room for the hole, but you should not have to do that. Let me just grab one of the other webs real quick. So yeah, this is one of the kind of soft tip webs. There's a pointy version of it. Let's see if this goes in there. Let me grab the other hand, because this one already has some white residue on it now, unfortunately. Okay, got this one to push in. It doesn't go all the way down, and that's fine because it rests on the finger. But yeah, I don't know what was going on with this one. You see this web now, some red around it. So, I mean, maybe if I pushed it a little harder, it would have popped in like this one. But at the same time, when I started noticing some red come up and then the actual white got on this glove, yeah, just be careful. And I was saying I don't mind leaving the white on there, but now that I saw it left some residue, yeah, I think whenever I swap out the hands, I'm going to put these back on it. If, you know, of course, I don't use the actual web with these. But man, that's a bit unfortunate. So just my advice for the webs, just be careful, because that little bit of white left on there and the red that it pulled off onto the actual web is pretty unfortunate. But getting back to the webs, you also get the pointed version, a pretty long swinging web, and another very long swinging web. So another kind of cool accessory you get is swap out lenses. So you get these two smaller ones, of course, left and right. These, they look pretty good. I mean, they're a little small, not really translucent or anything. It's kind of like just a black plastic film in there for the lens. And yeah, these look pretty good. And they're magnetic. Let me show you how it swaps out. So grabbing the figure, what you do, okay, those come out very easily. They're magnetic and they just pop out very easily, as you just saw. Then you go ahead and put the other lens in, and yeah, you see the lenses I just swapped out are a little smaller and then the others are a little larger. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it's up to you guys. I probably would use the smaller ones because they're a little more mean looking, but hey, love that you have that choice. Now let's look at these arms. So you get 4, of course, you know, top left, top right, bottom right, and these look really, really good. These just use a friction peg to go into the back of the suit, and man, look at that red. This is a gorgeous metallic red. I'm a huge fan of that. And yeah, there's actually some foam in there, which I'll just slide out. Then looking at the details for the joints, you see those kind of like red wire looking things in there? All of them kind of have it, and these look great. The articulation on these are also pretty good. You can, of course, bend down there, bend right here. Makes a cracking sound, but yes, it bends like that. And yeah, you can bend it basically everywhere. These ones are pretty great for Superior Spider-Man. He is definitely getting displayed with some. And then the ends, they're pretty pokey, but also not as sharp as I was actually expecting. That one is actually pretty sharp down there. But yeah, all 4 of these are great. Let me show you how they peg in. So on the back of Superior Spider-Man, you have these 4 holes. There's not really covers for this one, and it makes sense because this is just how he looks. So all the arms actually look identical, so I think you can use any of them anywhere. The only time when I was talking about like top left, bottom left, then all that was when you're putting a cover in, because all those ones are labeled. These go in there very nicely, and wow, they look pretty good in there. It's like thin, but it holds very well. Feels like it's in all the way. And yeah, that's great. These, oh yeah, they're gonna look so good. I have some fun ideas for some poses with them, so let's just look at the figure now, then we'll get posing. Yeah, this definitely to me seems like one of the best Spider-Man suits. It just looks so good. I mean, Hot Toys wise, there could be some improvements. We'll talk about them, but suit wise, wow, it just looks so good. Starting off with the mask, I put the small lenses on them because that's what I'm going to be rocking in my display. And man, this looks so good. You see all the webs? They're all kind of like mismatched. Then you can actually feel them. It's like a slightly raised rubberish piece. And man, it just feels so good. The mask shape is, wow. Yeah, that just looks good. You see where the nose is? Wow. I gotta admit, I'm just impressed. This looks so good. To me, the red color is absolutely stunning. It's like a darkerish red. It's not too bright, but man, it looks good. And then the metallic like red for the back is also really good. Then it contrasts so nicely with the actual black for like the whole rubberized suit. And then all these kind of like silverish chrome accents all around it. Then getting in there pretty close, you can see on the suit, this is like a carbon fiber look, although it doesn't feel or look like carbon fiber too much. It's a bit glossy, but all the details are amazing. You see, you can feel like the rubberized actual suit material. Then there's some actual flatter pieces. Then the black pieces for the side are a bit smoother and look so good. Then going to the side, the gauntlet is gorgeous. It has that translucent orange in there, which I don't really remember exactly what it is. Does it help him transfer to Peter Parker's body or something? I can't remember. But it just looks so good. It's very translucent orange and it looks very good in this lighting. Then the gauntlet itself, man, I am just so impressed by this figure. As most of you probably know, I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, so most of them I get, I'm probably gonna love, but yeah, there's just something special about this one. Since it's a suit I used a ton in the game, I'm just impressed, but there are some flaws. I mean, like the stitching on the side, for this side, it doesn't look too great if it would stop focusing on his arm. So the stitching along the side, it could be a little bit better because the other side is pretty nice looking. I mean, if I could actually get it, yeah, it looks pretty good there. Then since it is kind of like a rubber suit material, yeah, it's going to probably crease because when you bend it, yeah, it creases up and yeah, it's going to be a little unfortunate, but I don't mind the creases too much. It kind of makes sense. If Spider-Man's actually using the suit over time, it's going to crease and I am worried about a hole being ripped in there. So I'm not going to do too many squats with them or anything that kind of spreads the legs out as much because on my black suit, I'm sure most of you remember, yeah, he got a hole in it. And then pushing the arms out, you can see this kind of gap here. So you can see the traps, they look nice when it's kind of down, but then when you bend the arms out, yeah, there's like a weird kind of gap in there. I don't really like that. I mean, it's just not that great to look at. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. All his joints though are on like kind of ratchet pieces. So that's nice. I mean, most of them, like the arm just bends, which yeah, that's going to crease as well. So the suit itself looks very good, but Hot Toys wise, it could be better. I mean, you can't even get his arms flat to the sides. And no, I'm not going to force it because I don't want to pop the joints out or anything. But I guess the last thing to look at is just his feet. These look very good. You can, of course, articulate the toes. And there's like a little hook there for some reason. But for me personally, the flaws don't outweigh how good this figure looks. I'm going to have this figure in my collection for a long time because this is my favorite suit in Spider-Man 2. And although it probably will crease and stuff, it looks natural. You know, closing creases when you bend your arms and stuff if you're in long sleeves, especially a like skin tight suit like this. So it's not the end of the world for me. And man, just staring at this suit right now, I am so excited to pose him. But real quick, just doing a little side-by-side comparison, you can see the standard Spider-Man mask that's actually in the symbiote that came with my black suit Spider-Man. They look pretty good together, but I mean, I just love the way this looks. It's so unique. Then grabbing the actual black suit Spider-Man, the mask looks so good. The black suit, oh, it's so menacing and nice looking, but man, I just love how the Superior Spider-Man looks. That mask is so gorgeous, but man, the black suit also looks really good. It's tough because these are my two favorite suits from the game. Other than, of course, maybe the Advanced Suit 2.0. I really want that figure, but yeah, I wasn't collecting at the time it came out. And just to show you as well, yeah, be careful because there's a big hole in my black suit Spider-Man. I spread the legs out a little and actually, yeah, I'm going to repose them because I've had them in that pose for a while when I noticed the actual hole. So that's not great, but use my tragedy to your advantage and do not pose your Spider-Man with their legs doing the splits or anything crazy. But I guess the last thing to just look at on this figure is the padding. You feel there's some padding there for the chest, the abs. Then they even padded up his spider booty a little bit. And they even padded up his traps. So that's probably why he has that weird look when you do that. But yeah, I could go on and on about how amazing this suit is. But then again, yeah, we got to pose him. And I'm so excited for that. So yes, let's get him in a pose. For the first pose, I wanted to see how he stood on his own with the... I honestly kind of forgot the name. I was calling them like claws or whatever, but they're actually called Waldos. The arms actually attached to his back and they look great. And I'm very surprised he's super stable while holding them. Man, this suit looks so good. I'm just looking at him and wow, I am impressed. There's one pose I really want to try with him. I have seen some people being able to get him to kind of stand on his own using the Waldos. And you know what's kind of funny? I actually don't really see myself ever using too many webs with him because he just looks great with those actual arms. So for the next pose, I will do it. I will use the actual webs, but for the last pose, yeah, I'm gonna have him stand with the Waldos. Just, you know, give you a little spoiler, I guess. Yeah, I use the webs to have him kind of like swinging down, use the spiral web, go around his arm, and then I have him just shooting a web out. And yeah, those webs don't really peg in too well. Maybe it's just this one, because I don't remember it doing that for the black suit or even the Tom Holland Spider-Man. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate. But like I was saying, for him, I don't really see him using webs too often in my collection. But yeah, it's an option. So this looks very cool. He has his Waldo sticking out like he's getting ready to just like annihilate somebody. He's shooting that like pointy web. And yeah, maybe that person is about to annihilate his Scorpion. I think, you know, we all remember that comic panel. We remember what Superior Spider-Man, or at least Doc Ock when he was in Spider-Man's body, did to Scorpion when he found out that Peter was holding back for all those years. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe look it up because yeah, Doc Ock was not holding back when he was in Spider-Man's suit. So I didn't have the figure holding himself up exactly. I mean, it kind of looks like it. I do really like this pose. I think I'm going to go for it in my display, but man, this figure is huge with the Waldos on. If I ever need room, maybe I'll push him to the back, or maybe I'll have to repose him, or maybe I'll have to take the Waldos off, which I really don't want to do because they look so good. But hey, this pose is incredible. I absolutely love this. And this figure is amazing. It's going to be a short final thoughts section, but let's just go do that real quick. One thing I do need to tell you guys though, if you are like me and you like using the waist clamps to make sure your stuff doesn't fall over, it's inevitable that this suit will get kind of damaged because you're going to get some lines on the sides. I didn't have the waist clamp on for too long. There's already a little mark. It's actually mostly gone away. But leaving them on there long term, yeah, you're definitely going to get some marks along the suit. Just keep that in mind. If you don't want your suit damaged at all, you want it in pristine condition, do not use that waist clamp at all. I like using the bases so my figures are stable, which means I either use the waist clamp or the crotch grabber. And in this case, it's a waist clamp. And you can buy like separate crotch grabbers if you want. I would recommend that if you are very worried about damaging your suit. But if you want them up in the air, kind of like this pose, then yeah, you kind of have to use that waist clamp. So I had to mention that so you know that it's inevitable. If you use a waist clamp, you're going to get suit damage. But other than that, this figure is incredible. I am so happy to have him in my collection. This was a very fun review to do because the minute I took the suit out of the box, oh, I fell in love. I love seeing that suit in the game and seeing it in my hand, well proportioned, looking amazing. It is such a great feeling, and I'm sure a lot of you who collect know exactly what I mean when there's a character or something that you love and you get a 6 scale version of it in your collection you can look at, feel in your hand, and yeah, for me, this is it. This is such a cool figure. I am going to pose him with my black suit Spider-Man. He's going to take up quite a bit of room because this is a pose I'm going to leave him in. And also, yes, you're going to get some creases and stuff if you leave the actual rubber material in a pose like this. But for me, it's a worthy sacrifice. I'm going to keep this figure for as long as possible. And even if it ruins resale value, I didn't collect him to sell. So yeah, I actually don't mind. So other than that, all I really have to say is if you're into the Superior Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2, and this is one of the suits you like from the game, just get this. This is an awesome figure. I love it. And if you collect Spider-Man out there, then I'm sure you will too. So let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments. Let's have a little discussion about him. I know one of those topics is probably going to be all the creasing and damage that Spider-Man suits inevitably get when using the crotch grabbers or just posing them in general, unfortunately. But if you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a like and definitely hit subscribe because we do tons of fun 6 scale stuff over here. And if you want to know when a new video goes live on the channel, definitely hit the bell as well. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, everything and above. And until next time, stay 6 scale.